And as we mentioned earlier tonight, Colorado dealing with historic flooding as heavy storms continue to cause massive damage across the state. As you can see, some of the images coming from the Front Range, almost surreal. And so far, Boulder County has been hit the hardest.
Rick George is the new athletic director at CU, and he has set aside some time for us in the midst of his community's recovery efforts. Rick, what have these past 5 days been like for you and the rest of the Buffs?
Well, it's been difficult for everybody. It's been a tough time. There's been a lot of devastation in the area, and our team has come together. All of our student athletes really have come together, and we've tried to provide some support to the Boulder community, and they've been great in providing support to us. So it's been a long 4 or 5 days, but we've learned a lot of life lessons, and we've got a lot to do moving forward.
Rick, you talk about some of the support that the teams, not just football, but all the student athletes at Colorado have sort of given the community during this time. We saw some of the images from Folsom Field last Saturday with first responders and victims showing up. Can you talk about kind of the importance of that community support from Colorado?
Yeah, I think it's been great. The first responders here have just done a terrific job, and our campus leadership has been terrific. And to communicate with so many students and faculty and student athletes, and then the way our student athletes came together on Saturday to really help out the community and serve meals to some of our first responders and to the people in married housing that have been displaced. It's been heartwarming from that regard. But there's been a lot of devastation. A lot of people have been affected by loss of life, and maybe even loved ones that have been unaccounted for at this point. So still a lot of work to do.
I know the football game that was postponed is drawing a lot of the attention, but beyond just the football program, where else has your athletic department been affected?
It's really affected all of us, from our families and some of our staff that has had flooding in their home, our donors, our alumni. It's been a real difficult 5-6 days.
Rick, I know you and a lot of your staff have been on the phone nonstop the last few days trying to get this game with Fresno State rescheduled. Can you give us an update, and are you guys hopeful that you will be able to get it rescheduled?
Well, I'm always hopeful, but we still have some work to do. We've been working with Fresno State, and I've got to tell you that they've been great in this process. And they even offered to send their plane down on Friday when we canceled the game to bring some people to help, which we appreciated very much. They've been great. We're trying to work on that 12th game. It's important for our team, and we want to start with Fresno State and see if we can get them back here. If we can't, then we'll look at other options to fill that 12th game.
Because, Rick, Coach McIntyre and the Buffs are off to a great start at 2-0. Obviously, they're looking for that 6-win total, potentially a postseason berth. How important is it to keep that 12th game on the books?
Well, I think it's paramount for us to do that. I think our team deserves that, and they've done a great job. They've handled themselves well in this situation. Coach McIntyre provides them great leadership, and so it's important for us to get that 12th game, and we'll exhaust every possibility to make sure that we have a 12th game in Boulder for our football team.
Well, Colorado is back in action at Oregon State next Saturday. CU Athletic Director Rick George, thank you so much for your time. Stay safe, and we wish you all nothing but the best.
Thank you very much. You too have a great day.